thanks for joining us again for another team selection video brought to you by Billy's Cakes. A solid win against a competitive Bendigo outfit on the weekend where you were able to blood some more kids.
Exactly right. So we sort of brought in a few guys who were playing their first game for the club and then another few who were playing their first game for the year. So they all came in and played really well, really took their opportunity. And even to see someone like Sean Hetherington get the chance to spend more midfield time and really have a sort of a personal best game and a bit of a breakout performance for him. So really pleased with the way that we were able to sort of get a few of those kids in. Disappointing the way we sort of defended at times throughout the game to concede that many goals, but overall really happy to get the result and looking forward to another big challenge this week against Essendon.
The game also featured the return of Willie Wheeler and Ryan Ferguson from injury. How did you see their performances?
Really good to get him through that first game, and I think probably Willie surprised us at how well he actually came back in. So I think he's probably been a bit forgotten amongst all sort of our midfield players. I guess when you've got Jolly, Markon, Lambert, Johnston, he's probably been a bit forgotten a bit, but he sort of come in. I think he had 9 or 10 clearances, about 20 possessions in limited game time. It was a really reminder of sort of his strengths as a player and his class and his ability to sort of find the ball and get the ball going our way is going to be really important for us as we enter the finals campaign.
Now this week, another big test against Essendon out at Craigieburn. They're sitting just outside the top 8, but they've had some really good results. What are you expecting from them?
They've had some really good results against some of the better sides of the competition. So they've beat Werribee at Werribee, they actually almost beat Port Melbourne at Port Melbourne, and they beat Box Hill actually out at Highgate where we're going to be playing on Saturday. So they've really shown that they can match it and beat some of the better sides of the competition. So really important game. I don't think we've actually ever played a game out there, so it's going to be a new experience for us out of Craigieburn, but we know we're going to come up against an Essendon side that's going to be really desperate to keep their finals campaign alive. So they're going to really need to get a really good performance to keep winning this time of year. So really important game for us to really meet the challenge and tackle them head on.
Now some more positive news as well, with Kirby McConnell returning through the Development League after a long layoff from a concussion injury. Must be a great lift for the team to have him back running around.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic to have Kirby back out there. So he's obviously been through a fair bit and hasn't played a game since round 3. So really looking forward to seeing him back out there. For those who obviously remember the semi-final against Port Melbourne last year where he was best on ground, he can just show what he can do at senior level. So he's got a long way to go before he gets back to that, and obviously the first step is to get through the game on the weekend. But fantastic seeing him back out there, and as you said, it's going to be a real lift for the playing group because he's a very popular teammate.
All right then, let's look at the side to face Essendon this Saturday.
From the back line, Lee Masters, Peter Fawkes, David Fay. Halfback, Nick Singh, Sam Critchley, who'll be our 23rd player, and Brad Mannion. For the middle, Ben Davies, Ben Jolly, Sean Hetherington. Half forward, Mitch Banner, Sean Tye, Jack Johnston. Up forward, Adam Markon, Scott Clouston, Ryan Ferguson. On ball, Nick Meese, Willie Wheeler, Kane Lambert. And on the interchange, Anthony Anastasio, Jack Dorgan, Michael Gibbons, Dylan Conway, Ben Bessay, Anton Woods, Stephen McCallum, Jack Charleston and Ben Casley.
Now unfortunately no double header this week with the seniors and development sides playing on separate days. Can you give us the details on those two games?
So we've got the seniors out at Craigieburn obviously on Saturday, so for those who can't make it out to Craigieburn, it is a bit of a hike for some of the supporters, so you can catch the game on ABC TV, which is great. So that's kicking off at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then we've got the development boys playing down at Sandringham on the Sunday, so they're coming up against Frankston, which should be a really good contest as well. So they're playing down at Sandringham starting at 10 o'clock down at Trevor Barker Oval. So big weekend for us, and hopefully we can get the 2 wins.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for joining us again, Chris, and best of luck over the weekend.
Cheers.